gave me a disease from Charles, and then she taunted me.
So she's not sorry. I never heard one thing of I'm sorry, which means she got the ass whipping she deserved. This is file number 211797. It's entitled People versus Cinquez Marie Furlow. That's you?
Yes.
Cinquez is here. She was charged with an allegation that alleged that on or about July 28th of 2021, she committed an aggravated assault upon Caitlin Beauchamp. 2 counts. Then she was charged with contributing to delinquency of a minor. The defendant entered a plea to assault and battery, and the matter was set for sentencing a couple of times. It was set for sentencing, not assault and battery.
Correct.
And the matter was set for sentencing for May 9th at a special time, 10:30. Defendant called and said she was ill, set it for Wednesday, again a special. Defendant called and said she couldn't make it. And I said, well, that's not an option. I'm going to issue a bench warrant. She had 48 hours, and so we made time again today at 1:30. So Cinquez is here in the building, live. Jordan Yancey is here. Caitlin Beauchamp is here. And Deborah Davis is here from the prosecuting attorney's office. This is actually the 3rd time that Cinquez has been convicted of aggravated assault. Jordan, what would you like us to know here?
I know there have been some hiccups as far as getting this case resolved. However, Ms. Furlow has remained.
All right, folks, pause right here. We just got the charges laid out. Aggravated assault and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Already, you can feel the tension in the courtroom. Think about it. This isn't just a slap on the wrist. The law sees this as serious, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Keep watching, because we're about to see how both sides handle this firestorm.
It comes with challenges as to ensuring she's able to provide for her children and do what she needs to do. She did handle this matter timely. This was another instance where this was a somewhat older case. However, despite being in front of this court on an unrelated matter, it didn't catch up with her until quite some time. We did get the matter resolved. Ms. Furlow was very honest about the incident as far as what happened and kind of the reasoning why it happened. I'd ask the court to consider the fact that Ms. Furlow is, again, a single mom. She's gainfully employed, just providing for her children. Aside from issues out of her control as far as being ill, not having a transportation, she does appear for court. She has on this file. She's been in good contact with me. She's taking this matter seriously and that she's here ready to accept the consequences. I would ask the court to consider any time she's done on this matter. I'd ask the court not to order any additional jail time. There is a request for restitution. I believe we may need to have a hearing on that. I did speak with the prosecutor's office. I can't remember if it was Ms. Davis or Mr. Johnson regarding the amount submitted as far as our dispute with, replacement value versus actual value of the items. So I believe this matter will need to be set for a restitution hearing regarding those issues. They ask the court to consider everything stated on the record today in sentencing. Thank you.
Deborah, what would you like me to know?
Well, Your Honor, I would like to give the opportunity to Ms. Beauchamp to speak first if she would so choose. She has been here the last couple of times, so I'm not sure if she wants to address the court now. Well,
this has been quite an inconvenience for her. Could you screen share the actual video of the assault?
I'll review in just a moment.
It's hard to watch. He pulled up and started smacking this girl. Ms. Beauchamp, would you come up have a seat right up here, if you would? You've seen that video before. You just saw.
Whoa, did you catch that? The defense is painting a picture of Ms. Furlow as a responsible single mom. But the prosecution is clearly ready to challenge every excuse. Quick question for you at home: when someone's got prior convictions, does being a parent really shift how the court should see them? Drop your thoughts below.
Of what happened on July 28, 2021?
Yes.
What were you doing sitting out in front of the store?
Smoking a cigarette, playing on my phone.
All right. Were you working there at the store?
Yes, I was on the clock.
So you were on your smoke break having a smoke out in front?
Yeah.
All right. And then we saw what happened. She pulled up and started hitting you. What would you like me to know?
I've had previous encounters with her. The last time Charles went to jail, she had messaged me on his account. She had followed me home from work one time and blocked me in, and I couldn't get out. She reached to the window and hit me. She's put her hands on my sister before.
Now, why is she mad? Why was she mad at you this particular day?
I don't know. When she got out of the truck, she said, "Asked why was I driving Reese's truck?"
Asked why you were driving.
Charles' truck.
Okay. And who is?
I was with him at the time. That's her ex.
All right. So you were dating her ex-boyfriend, and you were driving his truck, and somehow that made her mad.
Yes.
All right. And then she hit you, and her daughter hit you, and then they got in the car and left.
Yes.
She said something to you as she was leaving. Do you recall what that was?
I didn't hear anything.
This happened last July. Has anything happened since then?
No.
And you're no longer with Charles?
No.
What do you think I should do here?
I don't know. I know her bond was not to have contact with me. I did contact Officer Chris Greenwood, I think. Is that his name was? No. I was at work one day and I had got a friend request on Snapchat from her. I screenshotted it and I showed it to Chris.
You didn't respond to it.
These type of incidents before, I understand she's a single mother and that's not easy, but you don't take your 11-year-old child with you to beat up somebody and videotape it while you're beating them up. And I don't care if she asked her kid to do that or encouraged her kid to do that, or her kid just did that because that's what she wanted to do. The fact is, it aggravates this entire incident. This is juvenile and childish, and it resulted in serious injuries to this woman who didn't deserve to be beat up. And she's not really served any jail time of substantial amounts. When I look back at her booking history, there's been one day for this, and she got a PR bond. The other times that she's been in custody have just been 1 or 2 days for other issues. Perhaps that's what is needed to get her to understand that she can't behave like this.
Hold up, notice the frustration in the prosecutor's voice. Every pause feels like a ticking time bomb. You can almost feel the courtroom holding its breath as the victim recounts what happened. This is where the emotional weight hits. It's more than just facts on paper. It's real trauma being addressed live.
Feel like it, or you're mad at them. If it's an anger management issue, if it's something like that, a probation would be helpful, but a probation is only going to do as much as what the person is putting into it. If she doesn't think what she did was wrong or what she did was inappropriate, then a probation isn't going to help her. And the only option at that point is jail punishment. So with that, I'm sure the court's going to hear what she has to say if she wants to speak. But as far as the restitution, we have Ms. Beecham here. She can be sworn in and testify as to what the cost of her iPhone is and her earbuds and her missed work, if that's what is needed. But I don't think that we need a whole separate hearing on those minor items. So if the court wishes to have that, we can do that. But I would like to have this for Ms. Beecham's purposes completed today. Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, when she was convicted of aggravated assault in 2015, Gina was still here. I put her on probation and ended up being revoked. She also has some felony obligations to the circuit court. So I've known Ms. Fertile for a long time, maybe since high school age or so. Sinquez, you saw the video. We all saw the video. What was going on?
First of all, I would like to speak, and I tell you nothing but the truth. I don't lie to you. I was not mad that she was driving Charles' truck, because at the time, Charles' truck was parked at my house. I fought her because she deliberately inboxed me. She gave me a disease from Charles, and then she taunted me. She was in my truck. She was in my truck. They were putting stuff in my gas tank, the reason why I don't have a vehicle now. She kept inboxing me also back and forth, and her sister.
Inboxing, you mean sends?
That on Messenger.
Okay.
I like your heated seats and this and this and that. You keep taunting and taunting and taunting and talk. Her sister came to my grandma's house that's sitting back there on that day, tried to hit me and my daughter. She came put up to my grandma's house. I retaliated. Yes, I'm mad. I'm tired of dealing with that. And she was not with Charles. I was with Charles. She was the, whatever you want to call that. And she was steady going on and on and on. We was in Riverside. Charles at the time, she was the reason why I was getting beat.
Well, Charles ended up stabbing
me and put a gun to my head and it jammed. She's the reason for it. Because she was the sideline messing with, telling him lies, and I'm not knowing he's messing with her at the time, and he's stabbing me up and stuff because of what she's telling him. I'm doing that, I'm not doing nothing. First and foremost, I was in Riverside. Riverside, she don't own Riverside parking lot. I was out there at a friend's house, Cache Nicholas. Was because of her, because I seen her in the phone that one time, and then everybody out there was like, Reese, that's when I found out. It was her. Cache said, yeah, Reese been coming over here for her. Okay, boom. I didn't come over there deliberately just following her to fight her. She knows that. I was in Riverside partying. She, at the time, I'm like, why did you call Reese? I'm asking her.
Now, when you say Reese, you're from
Charles. Okay. I'm like, why did you call Reese and tell him I was out here? What was your point in that? I didn't. She's acting all clueless like she's doing right now, like she don't know what's going on. And I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth, because I'm really shaking, because I just don't fight just to fight. I fight when I'm in harm and me and my children.
It didn't look like a fight. It was like an ass whooping.
What caused it was her. I would have never, I took my problems out if Reese cheated.
This part is critical. The judge is laying down the law. Probation only works if the person actually believes they did something wrong. If not, jail is the only option. This is a textbook example of how courts balance rehabilitation versus punishment, and trust me, you don't want to miss how this plays out in the sentencing.
If she would have never, when he got locked up, oh, I like your heated seats. Oh, I was driving a Constantine when he was on the phone with you in your truck. Just taunted, while I'm getting beat up by him because of her.
In relation to this was July 28th.
Yes.
Stuff was all earlier the same day.
Earlier the same day, her sister in that blue van came to my grandma's house and tried to speed on the back of we pulled up. I was about to, actually my daughter reported her, but my daughter deleted it. She tried to hit my daughter. She went into my grandma's driveway on 416 Fifth Avenue.
Assume everything you say is true.
Everything is.
What gives you the right to come smack her up at work and break her face?
This had been happening for multiple months. I know that was wrong. That was wrong, and I accept that. But the things that I have been going through between her and Charles and everybody else, her, Charles, and her sister, that's nothing mentally you can deal with. I was getting beat up, taunting me in my car because of her. She was never Charles' girl. She bringing diseases back to me because of her. I'm getting stabbed up in front of my kids because of her. You in my car, and they putting stuff that I paid $7,500 for, and then y'all putting that in my tank. For what? Now I don't have no car.
Are you saying they put something in?
Yes, my tank, sugar. When the man dropped it, sugar, the stuff that you make candy with, everything. I didn't have that truck 2 months and I worked hard for that. And he dropped it and it went to my transmission. All that stuff, Snickers, water, oil, everything. The candy, the syrup, the clear syrup that you make. This girl is not innocent, sir. This girl is nowhere near innocent. She started faking like she was pregnant by him then. It was just like an ongoing, this happened 4 months down the line. I finally retaliated.
Well, this particular day, the July 28th.
I was tired, going back and forth from her saying, and then my truck. She didn't have Charles' truck at the time.
Post triggered this?
No, back and forth with Messenger. And then when I went to jail, all her little friends inboxing my daughter. And yes, I was wrong, but you got to understand, mentally, I'm sitting in this house, and because of her, and then she living you just going back and forth, you telling Charles stuff, and you had him, this man, deliberately, he's weak for even believing her, first and foremost, weak for even sleeping with her, first and foremost. When I had my stuff together at Erie Street apartment, things was going so well, but you telling me, you sitting in my car, the truck I worked hard for, and you giving me rundowns of where you and him going to and what was I saying on the phone and everything else.
Here's a twist. New witness testimony could shake everything. Her sister might bring evidence nobody expected. Think about it. How often does a family member end up changing the outcome in assault cases? Let's see if this makes the defendant's story stronger.
Them kids, all that. I take care of my kids very well. Never lost custody of them, and I got 6 of them. Can't nobody speak on me. Don't ever. But when you start disrespecting me into a hole, and it's getting so bad to where I'm mentally in the house holding back for fighting her, that didn't just come from just that day. That came from built up frustration and me having to deal with getting beat on and then have to have mentally abuse from this woman. You telling me you in my truck? I don't care about Charles' truck. What is his truck gonna do for me? I had a better truck than him. You're in my truck, telling me about my heated seats, which I did have. Which you did ride to Constantine with Charles to make a sale with him.
All right.
Come on, man. That came from a long built-up frustration. She knew what she was doing. She's not innocent, by far.
All right, this is a reflection of what's going on in the world in general.
I didn't just fight.
And Your Honor,
and I got a lot of screenshots.
All right, well,
But I can appreciate what Ms. Furlow is saying, but it also is a perfect example of how if you don't report things that are happening to you, we can't do anything about it. And we get a report that has what the information from the investigation was. And if no one will speak out as to what's going on, it puts us with a hand tied behind our back trying to do this. Now, I'm not saying that what Ms. Furlow is saying is the absolute truth. I'm not saying that it's not, but it certainly complicates cases when we don't have all of the information. And with the file, and I leave it to your discretion, Your Honor, as to what to do here.
And Your Honor, I just have one more thing to add. I don't know if the court has a copy of the police report. I believe everything was provided, but based on what Ms. Furlow did indicate today, there is a section in the report that the officer did indicate that, when Ms. Furlow was arrested, that a Heidi and a Caitlin's sister were laughing at her,
following
nearby. That is referenced in the report.
Taunting me, laughing with her mother.
all right, well, let's just assume for the sake of argument, you certainly believe everything that you told me. That's your perspective on it.
I'm not going to come in here and lie to you, Middleton, because what is only going to do make it worse?
Well, you and I have known each other for a long time.
Exactly.
And Caitlin's version is what she believes.
Fairy tale.
And the truth of it is, Charles wasn't worth fighting about. He ended up stabbing you, almost shot you.
At all.
He's in, they feel like they can, little Alexandra, the girl that I asked about Bad Baby, some girl dissed her. She walked up and punched her in the face.
I've seen that. I've seen you on there.
And she's a nice girl. I see her still. She works at, or did work at Subway. She went to jail for a weekend. Will Smith walks up and smacks Chris Rock in the face. Something they didn't like about his wife. If we just go back to that, everybody can just do what they want. She said something I didn't like. She sent me a nasty message, so I'm justified in going up there and smacking the crap out of her with my 11-year-old daughter with me. Videotapes it. That's not how, if it would be chaos. If everybody could just go beat everybody up that disrespected them because they said something they didn't like or slept with their boyfriend or said something, we'd be fighting each other in the street with sticks. There has to be some rule of law. This is the third time you've been charged with aggravated assault. You wailed on her. First time was 4 days jail. Second time I tried a probation, but it failed. You certainly need anger management. Now, last time we talked, you told me you're working at, they said you're employed. Are you working now?
Yeah, I'm still employed.
At where?
Still. I'm still employed. And I did the reason why I haven't been coming usually and keeping up with Miss Yancey, because I have been very, very sick.
And here it is. The judge signals a ruling is imminent. You can feel the tension peak. Everyone's holding their breath. Courtroom drama like this, it's gripping, but it also shows the human side of justice. Real people.
Comes in because the days when you say you want me here, my mom works also. She works mornings at Viking.
Well, I didn't know you didn't have a car.
Yeah, I don't.
In the other case, you'd missed a whole bunch of hearings, and then they needed you as a witness in the case in which you were the victim. I'm told that you're not working at.
Who could tell you that?
I don't know, I heard that. Maybe we'll check with.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do.
For or
Temp company through Elwood. I go through Elwood. I was been supposed to be hired in, but then I caught COVID, and then they dismissed me from that, and then Indeed dismissed me when I was going through Indeed because I had caught COVID. I done caught COVID 3 times. So, but you keep going through there, like PTI, all those anger management because of me fighting. But maybe I don't know.
Well,
I can't say, can or cannot say, because I'm very a happy person if you get to know me. I'm not I want to be a bully or do all this. But when you provoke a situation, no, that's not okay to have your 11-year-old daughter in there. And no, I know that's not okay. But this fairy tale that y'all getting right now, and like, I agree with Ms. Davis. I should have kept reporting so we could have a file every time she would do something. But I didn't think it was going to go this far to me getting stabbed up and then messing with my tank. And come on now, she was living at the Spartan. So I knew where she was at all times. I could have went up there any day.
It's all true. Every bit of it. It doesn't give you the right to go smack her.
It's not okay. I know that's not okay. I never said that was okay. Me.
All right. Well, you have a reputation as a badass.
I'm not, and I don't want to have that reputation because I'm 30 years old.
And I'm watching your daughter in there, 11 years old, smacking her. I think it's the same daughter we had the truancy issues with.
No, she ain't never had truancy.
Oh, good.
Never,
My
ever.
mom's a badass.
That ain't how she looked at it. She seen her mom getting her ass whooped every other night, and she tried to help her mom when that man was on top of her mom. And she seen this woman deliberately, me and her go back and forth. That's what she seen, and she shouldn't have seen me coming up there to hitting on her. She shouldn't have been in the car, but enough was enough, and it's not okay. And would I do it again? No. Would I do it again? No. Why? Because I'm really beating people in real life with 6 kids. So why even have to put your hands on them when you know you're beating them in real life with kids?
Well, you got all those kids and you lost their